We live now. I think we live. Yeah, we live now. Hold on a second. I gotta get off the phone though, because I can't hear you in here. I gotta hang up. Hold on, you gotta hang up the phone. Can you hear? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Hold on a second. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Hold on. Let me try to figure it out. Hold on a second. I can't hear you. I gotta find out how to. Let's see. Yo, can you hear me? You gotta change your mic. Your mic.
You've reached my personal line.
Answer your phone.
Hello.
I think you need to change your mic somehow to your computer.
To my computer?
I can't hear you.
No. Maybe if I use my headphones, my wireless headphones. Maybe that'll work.
I mean, we can talk through the phone because you still. Let me see. I mean, you may be able to just use your cell phone. Let me see if I can see if anybody can hear you.
All right. Can you hear me?
Hold on a second. If I can say something. Say something.
Can you hear me on the headphones?
I'm at. You got.
Can you hear me on the headphones?
You got to stay on your phone.
Yeah. Can you hear me on the headphones?
No, we got an echo now.
Yeah.
You hear the echo?
No. A little bit, yeah.
Echo now.
Okay, hold on. Let me charge on my phone.
You hear the echo?
Hello?
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, we still got the echo. Because I think you need to hear me. I'm trying to get you through
I can hear you
Hold
now.
on a second. Still got the echo. Because I think you need to hear me. Hold on a second. It ain't working the way I wanted it to work.
No, but it's okay. It's that first time, and then after that, it's gonna be good.
I need to get it together. I need you to get your voice. Hold on a second. Let me see. I need to get it together.
I'm gonna try again on my laptop. I don't know why it just wasn't opening the email. It's like really weird.
So we need to hang up.
again.
So I need to hang up.
All right, I'm gonna try to do it from my laptop. Right?
Yeah, you need to do it from the laptop.
Yeah, I'm hanging up.
You need to get your voice. Hold on a second. Let me see. That ain't good. Yo, I can't hear you. Fix your computer. I need to hear you on a laptop. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can figure it out. It's tripping. Look and see if your mic muted on the Restream app. Hold on. Can you hear me? I'm about to come over there and get your laptop and fix it for you. So we may have to talk. I might have to call you because I can hear you through the phone. I can still. You might need to use your phone. Answer the phone. Answer the phone.
All right, listen. This camera's better than the one I have right now.
Which one?
The camera on my phone, because I need my 4K camera and haven't put it on my laptop.
Right, but you ain't on. You need to be on the Restream on your phone. The camera on your
Yeah,
the camera on your computer, fine.
bro. No, it's not. Look at it. Let me tell you.
On my end, it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Look.
you might can't see it well. Man, that's go ahead and join back in.
Let's see. Oh, we don't have to hang out now.
Hold on.
All right.
I hear you. Hold on.
Yay.
There we go. Check you
All
out.
right. Let me turn off this backlight because it's too bright.
Turn the backlight off. It's too bright.
Hey. Now
What
it's kind
up,
of dark,
G?
but what's
How
up?
you doing?
Good.
Yep.
Trying to figure out this technology piece of everything.
Yeah,
I'm
your
gonna turn it
phone.
back on. I'm gonna
Your
just
phone
change
camera
it.
is better because now you got lights everywhere.
Yeah, let me see if I can get my 4K camera. Hold on. All right, I think this is a
4K
better
camera. You
angle.
just won't let everybody know you got a 4K camera.
Oh yeah, I got all the goodies. I just gotta set it up. You know, when you have kids, they be taking your stuff.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make do without it for today.
I think it's fine.
It's fine. You
It's
sure?
fine. I think it's okay.
All right.
See? The crowd loves it. The crowd loves it. So just to jump in, Dublave Coffee Talk, welcome, because it's been forever since you decided you wanted to come and show your face and join this conversation. I was talking to Rome earlier, even though he done stood me up. I kind of want to get into a topic of what is the disconnect. So I want to talk about like the disconnect from because I always give my point of view from what I feel like the disconnect is when it comes, and I can only give a male's point of view of what I see the disconnect is for when I see females do certain things. But I want to talk about the disconnect between relationships. So the first question, just to get a basic question out, is what do you feel, as far as what you've seen and what you've been through, is the disconnect between men and women in the modern era in today's world?
Well, that is a very broad and deep question, right? Honestly, modern day dating, modern day being in a relationship is not what it used to be. I think the root of it is that there's no trust really. So everyone is looking for their own best interest and they're not trying to look for the best interest of the relationship they're in. And I think that's
But how
one of
should a
the.
relationship be structured?
So first of all, you have to trust each
Do we
other.
even understand what structure is?
Not anymore. There's so many blended families, and then, there's blended families that try to work together, and then there's blended families that are just a hot mess. And it just makes it worse. Having a structure, especially in a family, is just making sure that everybody is attended to and that everybody is also putting in, not just asking or demanding. No, it has to be a two-way street. So when it comes to the children, like children helping out, right, in the household, if they married, if they're dating, it's a little bit different. But, just talk about like in a marriage, kids have to help out, work together with the parents, parents with the kids. In a relationship, got to make sure it's balanced. Time for the kids, time for each other, time for yourself.
But how do we get to the relationship? That's the biggest struggle. How do we get to the relationship? Like, I would like to know from a female's point of view, what does a female expect from a male? Because
Okay,
I
so
always give the male point of view of what, because
mhm.
I'm not a female. I'm not
Sure.
trying to be a female. And about, I don't care about trying to be no female. I always give a man's point of view as far as what the average man looks for and how he
Mhm.
thinks. But I don't know how the female thinks and what they look for. So what does the average female look for in a man?
Well, I think first of all, just because throughout my lifetime and a lot of friends that I have are single, and they're all in the same boat, like, hey, I can't find a good guy, I can't find a good guy, or I'm waiting for the right guy, right? I think honesty is one of the most important things, because the first thing that happens is that they start talking to somebody or dating somebody, a couple dates go in, they're texting, calling, FaceTiming, and then they find out that they have another girlfriend, or they find out that they have a whole family, or something, even though it's something so stupid. It's like, why'd you have to lie? Now I can't trust you anymore. So what's the point of us even talking? So it's like, first, they have to be honest. Because if you can't trust somebody, it doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter how much of a gentleman you are. If you a liar, you cannot be trusted. There's no foundation, right? Foundation is in the truth. Second, they have to be somebody, and I've seen this a lot of hardworking women that basically can.
My bad. Hold on.
You good, you good.
'Cause
That they can.
I'm trying to see. I'm listening, but I'm trying to make sure I catch any
Yeah,
any questions that somebody might have. I'm
absolutely. No,
listening.
you good. You good.
I'm listening.
Multitasking. I see you can. You good. But basically, first is honesty. They have to be truthful, because if they're not telling the truth, they get caught in a lie. It just discredits them automatically. Second,
So let me ask you.
mhm,
So before we go to number two,
mhm.
I honestly don't believe that females want honesty.
Depends what type of female you're talking to.
I've
You
been
know.
honest for a year, and everybody's pissed off at me.
Well, everybody's level of the truth or their tolerance of the truth is only to a certain extent. Some people, they will, let's say for example, they'll be dating somebody and they don't even care what situation they're in. They know that they're lying to them and they're fine with it because of out of desperation, because they're lonely, which is very sad, because then I've seen males do the same thing. Dudes, good dudes, you're dating somebody that really doesn't appreciate what they are, who they are, the effort that they put in to try to make that relationship succeed. I've seen it both ways.
So
So
let
I
me ask
think,
you, who has
mhm,
ever told a woman the truth?
listen, nowadays people just like to lie. They like to front. They like to seem that they got it going on, that they got a big bag, that they have the fantasy lifestyle, and honestly none of them are telling the truth, because everybody likes to front with social media. They like to front, to have this facade acting like they have everything and they're miserable inside.
Name me one person that tells a woman the truth.
Jesus, that's it.
We don't even know what Jesus sound like. My thing is, if and I sat here and thought about it. I'm like, the first thing a woman says is, they want you to be real, they want you to be honest, they want you to tell the truth, they want you to be straight up. But when I think about it, I can't put my finger on who's ever told a woman the truth, because in all honesty, y'all lie to yourself.
What do
You
you
lie
mean?
to yourself, your friends lie to you, society lies to you. And the moment someone tells you the truth, there's so much anger that comes out behind it that people rather just sugarcoat
Mm.
what they want to say, and they never say what they really want to say. So I think that the truth is not what a woman wants to hear.
It depends, cause if you're trying to
Who tells
tell
the
a
truth?
woman about themselves, like, listen, I'm gonna tell you about you. You know, like I'm gonna talk to you about what the truth is in your life. You want to act like you're this, this, and this, but this is the truth. There's gonna be a point where you're gonna see what kind of woman that is. If a woman does not want to hear the truth, you know, every situation is different. Every woman is different. And every man is different. If they're not willing to hear the truth, and if the truth is something that they might not like to hear, but it is the truth, they need to have their mind open to be like, you know what? Maybe this dude is telling me something, man. It's not the first time I heard this, because this other dude I talked to said the same thing, this and this and that. It's all about their mindset. You know what I mean?
So we're talking about the average woman, because we
Yep.
want to speak about the majority. There's always a minority, and the rules are for the majority. But
True.
the average woman has never. I don't really outside of when grandmama. I think grandmother was the only person that told a female the truth. I mean, from the time, like, has anybody ever like have if so for me for example, when I speak from a male's perspective, and I
Mhm,
don't speak for all males because I generalize males between there's a low grade, there's a mid grade, and there's a high grade.
mhm,
I'm in the mid grade, speaking for the mid grade males. There's a low grade of males that expect low level stuff. There's a
mhm,
high level of males that expect high level things, but the majority that women are actually have access to and can possibly find would be in the middle. That's what
mhm.
they really want, because
Yeah.
most women can't actually reach the high value man, and no woman really wants a lower value male. That's why you have some of these males, they get on here and they brown nose, they kiss butt, they kiss up, they simp basically to try to get the likes from the females, but those same females they simping for, those females are not attracted to those males because they're either going to go with a great value, a great guy, or a high value guy. But in order to, you just can't tell you. If I tell you how I feel, because a man can tell another man how he feels in a conversation,
Mhm.
but we won't tell the woman what we really feel and think because we know she won't receive it well.
I feel a lot of times that, you know, males are supposed to be thick and strong. They're supposed to be, you know, level headed. If something's going on, they're supposed to be the one saying, okay, you know, this is what we should do, right? They're the leaders of the household, right? And a lot of times, because women have had to be the single person by themselves, they've had to take that role, right? So when they go into a relationship and they've had a past of being with individuals that maybe are not decisive, or they feel in their internal self like this person's not on my level, when they say, oh, this and that, they're not going to really want to hear what they're saying. So that's why it's important. Like, if you're looking, most women are looking for a mid-level guy, right? They need to be open to what they have to say and know, like, hey, what they say may not be the same exact thing I'm thinking. It might be something completely different, but they have to keep that open mind to listen to what they're really saying.
So,
A
so I'm
lot of
I'm going to give you a male's perspective, right?
Mhm.
Chick walks in, bag bigger than two book bags, right? Where everybody talking about the big back, they got arms, you know, I call it back arm fat, big arms,
Mhm.
it is what it is. But if she shows certain assets
Mhm.
from the back to the front, if they're out, a man will still approach her because at the end of the day, men are visual, so they can see something that they like in her that can
Mhm.
turn them on to want to do something extra
Mhm.
with her,
Mhm.
but not necessarily like her. That man is not going to tell her what he doesn't like. He's going to harp on what he does like to
Mhm.
get what he wants, but it won't go any further because
Mhm.
he can't tell her the truth. If
Mhm.
you tell her the truth, like, you know what? Honestly, I just want to get my rocks off. You got a couple of things that I like about you, but
Mhm.
the majority of you ain't working. But if she gives in, then he'll keep coming back. But for some reason, women think that he wants more. And when I try to explain that he doesn't want more, that's why you can't get more. And that's why he's calling you at 12 and 1 o'clock in the morning. That's why
Mhm.
you don't go on these certain dates around certain people, around certain times. You
Mhm.
can't, he doesn't introduce you to certain people. When I try to tell that truth, they don't want to hear it.
Man,
But I'm
that's a
saying,
sad.
I'm
That's
telling
so
you what,
sad.
I'm giving what males think.
Mhm.
A man will hit. A man will entertain. I'm not gonna say hit. A man will entertain something that looks like another man if it has certain assets, but he has no intentions on going any further.
Mhm.
But if he tells the truth, she won't give him what he's trying to get. So he tells the lie. He lives the lie.
Mhm.
They don't want the truth because if he says like, yeah, because the truth gonna be really, I want to hit, but you're embarrassing for me to take you around people. Men have a male ego.
Mhm.
How can she ain't we can't tell that truth.
Well, for me, I'm thinking like, okay, as a woman, if you see that this is happening and his behavior, like you said, calling 12, 1, 2 in the morning, showing no type of respect, you're trying to go be over here trying to get courted, and this person is showing all the actions, they could talk whatever sweet talk they want to talk. If you see that their actions are not in place, you should not be entertaining them at all. Now, if you see that you keep attracting these type of guys and no one's taking you seriously, and you say, well, I'm a good person, I have a great personality, I work hard, I do this, I do that, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Well, you need to start looking at yourself like, okay, if I say, okay, I want to go ahead and talk to a guy, right? Back when I used to be in the dating scene, like, okay, I'm going to make sure that I'm on point so I can be able to attract the type of guy that I want.
So what's the type of guy you want?
So let's say a person that I'm attracted to, right? Everybody has their specifics, right? Be
What's your
Asian, black, white, whatever it may be,
what
right?
what
Some ladies like skinny guys, some ladies got built guys,
what do
some
you want?
ladies like a little bit of thick guys.
When you're talking about some ladies, what do you want from a man when you're single and you're out dating? What do you look for in a man? What do you want from a man?
It'll be somebody who's a gentleman, somebody who can give me some great conversation, not just funny, because that's basic. Have some kind of intellectual conversation, has goals, looks good, has a nice smile, because them crooked teeth ain't gonna work, right? And they have to be somebody that they are passionate about something, like whatever it may be. If they want to run a business, run a business. If they're, executive of a company, perfect. All right. If they're wanting to do whatever they may want to do, it doesn't have to be a fancy job. As long as they love what they do and they're able to provide, that's it. And for me,
So,
they have to believe in God
so
too.
to
But
an extent, money matters.
yeah.
How far does that extent go for money that matters?
Well, that's just something that's a basic. It's not something that's okay, it's on the top of my list. Like, oh sir, how much money do you make? Okay. No. It's like, okay, it should be automatic. Obviously, if a person can dress nice, they talk nice, they're talking about their goals, they currently have a decent job or a business, or they got a couple hustles and a job, that's fine. You could tell off of their personality and their actions how they are. I'm not looking for a guy that's lazy. I'm not looking for a guy that doesn't know how to dress. If you don't know how to dress, how you expect me to put makeup and dress cute and put my heels and spend money on clothes to look good for you, but you're not doing the same for me? That's what I'm saying. It's a two-way street. Whether it's looks, whether it's developing themselves personally, it could be anybody. It could be a person who works in a restaurant for a whole bunch of years. They always end up moving up. Naturally, after time, it's a person that has a mindset to grow. If I'm talking to a dude and he's not looking to do nothing with his life and stay in the same place forever, that's not going to work.
So at this age, you'll date a dude that's in the restaurant with ambition.
Well, if he's a
If you were
manager,
single, if you were
he's a
single,
manager.
if he's a manager,
I mean, I'm older. I'm not going to be dating a young dude
so,
that's a
so,
server part
so
time.
what if he was previously like had his own business and then COVID turned it upside down, but he had to do something to get himself, to stay above, above water to survive until he got his business back going or until he got himself back up. He has all of the tools and the resources and the license and the education, but he's working at McDonald's at the drive-through until he can get things back flowing. How will you know that? Like if you start to know that, would you give him a chance?
Well, I'll be friend zoning him. We could talk and we could see how it goes. Because a lot of times ladies are too quick, like, oh yeah, we went on 2 dates, this and that. Oh, I don't care. It's not about the money. I want to find love. Yeah, but you over here giving it out like it's free candy instead of trying to really see what the person's actions are. Obviously, if it's a person that's working towards something, and if you're not at the same level, you over here, let's say a lot of females are like, I want to get married. Like I'm waiting. I really want to get married. Well, if this guy's not ready to get married right now, whether it's financially, emotionally, whatever it may be, you got to find a person that's in the same place you are. It doesn't matter because it could be a female that lost her business during COVID, whatever it may be, and she's trying to work up to do whatever she got to do to provide for herself. If she got kids, for her kids, whatever. More than likely, people have to be in the same, if not in a similar situation, or somebody who's been there and done that and understands it and can recognize this person and that person doing all the actions, not just, okay, well, I did this and I'm gonna work, I have all the resources, but all my time I'm gonna just invest it in working and going home and playing video games. Bro, you're not trying to improve. What are your actions saying? Are you going out here making moves? Are you getting some kind of certifications? Are you researching? Are you networking? Are you looking for investors? Like, what are your actions going towards to show me what you're telling me? If you don't got no actions backing it up, it's going to be hard for me to believe you.
So let me ask you this. What do you think a man values in a woman?
Well, men are visual. I agree with that because there's no way that a guy's just going to come up and be like, hey, I heard your voice. It was really nice. They're going to say, like, oh, you have a nice smile, or oh, I like your shoes, or they're going to compliment something, right? And if they're not attracted, they're not going to talk to anybody. Now, they can also see this person that's like, maybe it's not 100%, like they wouldn't rate them a 10, right? But they'll be like, oh, I seen that. Oh, she was helping this lady, like in let's say example, in the grocery store. Oh, she was helping this old lady. She need to get something. She's like, oh, here, you need anything? You need any help? You can see a little bit of character. You know what I mean? Or like, I don't know. It depends. You meet somebody when you're doing volunteering or something. I mean, that's like the golden nuggets. But
So the question is, so if you're on the dating market, right? You have to prepare yourself to get what you want out of a man. Who is telling you what a man wants out of a woman? Like who has taught you that? Like where do you get your value from? Like what makes you valuable? What makes a woman valuable to a man?
I feel like for me personally, I was raised by a mom. I didn't have a father figure. So in my head, it's like, okay, I'm going to make sure that I follow the example of my mom in certain aspects, but those other aspects are kind of like blank. You have to learn from seeing, let's say, like an uncle or my teacher. He would talk about his wife and his kids and this and that, and certain little characteristics that you pick up here and there, maybe from like teachers, mentors, people you've worked with, etc. Those are things that you have to fill in, but it really does depend on your surrounding, because if you're around the wrong type of people, that's going to be normal to you, and then you're going to try to mold yourself to those certain low level individuals expectations when that's not really what you're looking for. You're looking for a mid-level guy, right? So you have to try to get that example. Like I've tried to get that example off of people I've learned off of others. I didn't have a father figure, but I looked for people that would say, I feel like that is a good example. I feel like, they said this. That makes sense.
But do you know what a man values?
I think a man is going to value that you're going to be there during their tough times, because most of the time it's kind of sad, but like most of the time men are going to be judged just because of money or what they got. And that's not really always what's important. So
So
you
you,
being there for
so you,
them, you
so
trying to make an effort, trying to, just keep that relationship alive with little things here and there, that's what they're going to be looking for.
so is it safe
That
to
effort.
say there's a confusion when it comes to knowing what a man values?
Yeah, I mean, it depends what a man values. Some men want a mother, they want a family, so they want somebody that's a good wife, they can cook, this and that. Other ones are more modern. They're like, I don't really care. We can eat takeout every day. Let's just play video games,
Where you get that from?
I mean, it's different generations. I've seen people in all kinds of different situations, and it's wild. Everybody's what they value is completely different. So it's hard to say. I think like the main core things is like a woman that's going to be there for you during hard times, whether you're rich or poor, somebody that you're attracted to because you have to have some kind of attraction, and then somebody that you're going to be best friends with, because if y'all not friends and y'all just there to be in a relationship, it ain't even worth it.
So I think my my thought process on the disconnect in dating is that women try to figure out what men value instead of actually finding out what men value, because I see so many failures. Even when I'll go look um at profiles on dating sites, and I'll see, how it has the tell me about yourself, and I'll
Mhm.
read the tell me about yourselves, and it's like most of those profiles, the descriptions are running men away.
What
I
kind of descriptions you're reading?
A whole lot. A whole lot. I got screenshots. I got screenshots of descriptions. Is like, what man would talk to this person? Because I think the biggest disconnect is you don't, because of the lack of having a father in the home, that women don't understand what men value.
That's true.
That's why, you say you didn't have a father in the home, and I asked
Mhm.
you, what do you think that men value? Because women are always, um, they're always swinging. If we're talking about baseball, man,
Mhm.
Monopoly Go, somebody just robbed my bank account for $143 million. But anyway, I think women are always trying to figure out and do things that they think, and they talk to each other about what, and get advice of what a man values, and then they get that advice from other women. Like the greatest person you can get advice from is men. Talk to men. But the thing is, we had a like I told you earlier, who can actually tell a woman the truth? So it's kind of even hard for men to actually tell the truth, that like random dudes that you don't know. That's why the father is so important, because the father doesn't have to lie to his daughter. The father is going to tell the That's why back in the days, the father used to vet the boyfriend, like, no,
Mhm.
that's why the boyfriend had to ask, can I
Yeah.
have your daughter's hand in marriage? And that
Mhm.
father, even those brothers, would be like, he ain't no good, or no,
Mhm.
he's he's a dope guy, you should choose him. A lot of Because the father isn't in the home,
Mhm.
the women have no real honesty as far as what men want, what men look for, or what even a good man is. Like, one of the biggest things that men want is cooperation and peace.
Mhm.
And that's one of the last things that men get from the women today.
Mhm.
We don't care about the money. We don't care about those big old eyelashes. We don't care about the BBLs. Like they doing they're doing too much because they don't know. I think it's so hard and it's so difficult for a woman to grasp the understanding that that she doesn't know what a man actually wants. You just keep making up things that you think a man wants.
Mhm.
But a male's mind and a female's mind are not the same. Because I think that when you guys speak about what a man may want, I think you're more so speaking about what you may want. And we ain't the same.
Mhm.
That's why fathers are so important.
It's very true. Very, very true.
And that's why these people on Facebook keep even Instagram, they keep attacking me. I try to tell the truth. Like I said earlier today, I said I was talking about the heavier set female. The heavier she gets, the later the phone calls come in. Does that make sense? And
Yeah.
it ain't even really about, and it ain't even really about the number on the scale. A lot of time it's about the shape. So you got women who go put all these piercings all over them. You got women who take pictures every time you see them on social media. They take pictures of half naked. They always turn around, turn their back, or turn around and try to take a picture of their butt. Their tongues hanging all out like they a dog that's thirsty. Like I just be trying to figure out who told them that this is what a good man wants, and because these same people who be complaining
Mhm.
about what the last man did to him.
Yeah.
FNF.
Yeah. I think a lot of it has to do just with like who are they gonna follow? You know, like every generation has their gap, but they're gonna try to follow, okay, whoever is most popular, whoever's a celebrity, all these reality shows, Love and Hip Hop, or whatever it may be. You know, I don't even remember the other shows, but a lot of the times these people get famous for the wrong reasons and they feel like, oh, that person looks so beautiful or they look so attractive, men are attracted to them. Let me be like them. And it's like you're gonna try to be like, oh yeah, that was my idea. No, it wasn't. You're trying to copy somebody. And honestly, like you're just copying these females that are more broken than you are. So you end
That's
up in the same place.
it's just more females trying to that's more females taking advice from females. They go turn on the Love and Hip Hop and they go turn on the all those reality shows. These women rich. They're dealing with a different caliber of man. There's the lower level, there's the great guy, the mid level, then there's the high value, the higher level. Those people on TV are trying to reach higher level men, and those men don't think like the mid level men who are just great guys. So the higher value man may want the BBL. He may want the garden rake eyelashes. He may want a different wig every day. But the man that goes to work every day, he makes anywhere between 50 to $80,000 a year. Most of those guys don't care about any of that
Yeah, it's
because
true.
when you make around that medium income, then you're kind of living a life that's kind of you still working day to day, you still working 9 to 5, and you're still dealing with a lot of pressure. And at that point, you just want peace. BBLs don't bring peace. Those big old eyelashes don't bring peace. Don't none of that stuff bring peace. I don't care how many wigs you got. Like I posted a picture earlier. I'm like, what you look like when we meet you in the club versus what you look like when you wake up to cook breakfast in the morning are two totally different people.
That's very
I
true.
honestly think from a male's point of view, I think women should, of course you can do your enhancements and you can do things to enjoy yourself, but it's gotten to a point where you're changing your entire face. We don't even know what you look like for real. So when we really see the real you, we gonna go back to our homeboys, and this is what men gonna do. They gonna go back to their homeboy, like, man, I just seen Jessica. She took that, man. She washed her face. Man, I ain't going back over there. He'll still hit her up. The conversation gonna start to slow down.
Oh
He
my
ain't really talking to her like he used to talk to her. You know what I'm saying? Like she wondering why he tripping. Now he a FNF. When all
Mm-mm.
honesty, he's not a FNF. You sold him a lie. He went for the lie, and then he saw the truth, and he ain't like the truth because the true you is who attracts what you're supposed to have.
Yeah.
The true you is who you attract. Is how you attract what you're supposed to have. The filters can get you somebody of a higher level. The makeup, the 17 foundations and layers of makeup can change your entire face and get you somebody who you ain't supposed to have. But when all that is said and done, you take that wig off and your ponytail look like a rabbit foot. When you take that makeup off and
Oh
you
my
got bags up
god.
on your eyeball, you know what I'm saying? Like you should have just been, semi the real you in the first place, or more the real you in the first place, and you would attract the type of person you are supposed to attract. But people are trying to attract people that they wouldn't normally be able to attract, but they can't. I got a saying that an actor only acts the length of a movie. All that makeup, all those wigs, all
Mhm.
those eyelashes, one day they got to come off. And how would he feel about you then?
It's like honestly, I mean, I've seen it before. Like there's females that have, and they call it the glow up, right? Like I've seen females that are more so focused on just keeping up, keeping up, keeping up with how everybody look, keeping up with, whatever they want to try to keep up with, all the wigs, all the lashes, whatever it may be. Like I used to wear lashes all the time, them big old lashes, but at the end of the day, I still don't find a good man. The men are not interested in the lashes. Like work on yourself. Like, okay, if you want to wear wigs and stuff, that's fine, but make sure you're healthy. Make sure you're healthy. Don't try to cover everything up because it goes down to it. Like when you take all of that makeup off, when you whatever, take off your faja, your little waist trainer, whatever, like, are you
Oh
healthy?
my
Are you
god.
happy? Are you
Yeah,
really?
I understand the waist trainer because they're trying to get their little waist in.
And it be working sometimes though. Like, when you losing weight, it forms you.
Yeah,
But
but they don't be losing weight. They just be throwing it on so they can hide their gut.
and we gotta work on a little magic at least, a little bit, a little bit. But it comes to a point where it's like, okay, just like you want guys to be truthful people, because guys, y'all don't wear makeup. Y'all just shape up, make sure your
Right.
face clean, you know what I'm saying? Put your hat, little outfit or whatever, nice shoes, little jewelry, all right. But like,
Why can't women do that? If all women were natural, guys would still dig them.
yeah. And it goes more to also like how much you love yourself. Cause I've seen females that wear a lot of makeup and they look the same. They do a lot of makeup, but it's natural. And then I seen people that completely change how they look. And in my head, it's like, is it really just you trying to enhance yourself, or is there something deeper going on? Do you not love how you look?
If you lie to a man, why do you expect the truth from him? Ooh, woo. If you lying to a man, how do you expect the truth from a man you lying to? Why would you want a man? Why would you expect the truth from a man you lying to? Filters on Facebook, 17 layers of makeup,
Mhm.
garden rake size eyelashes, wigs, with the invisible line,
And
baby
honestly,
hairs that
all of
look
that
like
takes a lot of
tiny
time.
mustache.
Do you know how much time it takes to put on all that makeup? Like it takes a long time. Like when I used to be a person that went out to the clubs a lot, this is a couple years ago. It took time. Like if I wanted to go out and everybody was like, "Okay, we're going to meet up at 10 or we're going to meet up at 12." I would have to make at least 3 hours to get ready. And that's basic. If we are going somewhere extra fancy or extra, we got a little extra extra, I had to take like 4 hours to get ready. So it's like you're investing all this time into the stuff that really you can wash off or pull off or unbraid or take out. It's like really work on yourself. You want to be whole. You want to look cute, but you want to be healthy because most of the time people are putting all this stuff on, but they're just covering up instead of trying to fix that foundation. Like, okay, your skin is not clear. You want it to be clearer. Start taking care of yourself. Start changing your diet. Hey, maybe you'll lose some weight. Maybe you'll feel better. Maybe you'll have more energy. It like all goes hand in hand. It's like all goes together. And I'm not saying it to be like, oh, this and this and that. Like Some girls are like, well, I need makeup. My skin is not clear. Okay, do the makeup. That's fine. But don't be exaggerating it, because at the end of the day, dude's going to be like, you look completely different. And probably most of the time, like, let's say if you put natural makeup on and you look cute and you take it off, a guy's going to be like, oh, you look pretty. Why? Because you look pretty much the same. Yeah, you cleared out your skin or whatever. Like, you made your eyes look really, really good, this and that. Like, I have little dots on my neck, but who cares? Dude is not going to care about that. Now, if you're over here doing a whole bunch of extra stuff, you're going to be a whole different person.
How long does the last is how long is the last supposed to go though? Because like how long does she plan to sell that lie? Because I've seen women with a lot. I want to say it, but it's not, because I got a big nose. So I've seen women take a nose like mine, put on about 17 layers of makeup, and their nose end up looking like Kim Kardashian. Like,
Yeah. It's all about loving yourself. I've seen girls that have the same type of like facial structure, and my best friend was a makeup artist. I've seen the girls that look similar. They got the same facial structure and they do the makeup completely different. Okay, they're gonna do it because of their personality, this, and that, but at the end of the day, you don't want to be lied to. And I've seen it. People be making fun on Instagram and social media, like, oh, look at this girl before, and then look at her after. Like, she a whole different person. Like, why do you think those things go viral? Because it's a lie.
yeah, but you can't complain about the man lying if all you doing is lying. If you selling lies,
Yeah, it's a two-way
because
street.
a man is visual, like you say, a man is visual. What's so
Yeah.
crazy was back in the day before all this extracurricular accessories, cosmetics happen, men still were crazy about the women.
Yeah. And I feel like also it's different nowadays. Like back in the day, I feel like, and just me speaking, like just being kind of real about it, like back in the day, there wasn't no Uber Eats. When you be dating, you'll just go out and like go to a park, or back in the day. Now it's like, oh, we going out to eat. We going out to eat. What you doing? Oh, we gonna eat. We're gonna get Uber Eats. We're gonna do this and that. And it's like, why you keep eating so much? I'm saying it because I had to lose weight. I had to lose weight. I was eating so much because I was stressed out, because I was going through this, going through that. If you love yourself enough to start taking care of yourself, you're really going to be healthier and you're going to start to look better. Even a simple thing of drinking water. Like, nobody wants to be in a relationship with somebody that's always sick. Somebody that's always
Let me ask
trying
you
to look
this.
cute, but then they really got problems and they're not taking care of it. It's stressful. You said they want peace. That's true.
Let me ask you a question. Do women know they don't determine their own value when dating?
What do you mean? Hold on. What you mean?
Do women know they don't determine their own value when dating?
I feel like a lot of women, I mean, I guess including myself, like I'm not gonna let a dude define what my value is. If a dude don't like me, he's just not for me.
But do you understand that that in when dating, the group of people you want to attract determine your value?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think that's more obvious, but maybe it may not be for some people. Some people want to look like, okay, I mean, I don't really.
So let me tell you this. Earlier you spoke about the things that you want in a man, that you find valuable in a man, right?
Mhm.
When in a dating, when you're in a dating scene, that you sat there and and created the value of the man that you want. So can any man come to you outside of what you expect or you are attracted to and still have the opportunity with you, and there's nothing that you are attracted to?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've done that before. My baby daddy, he wasn't all the way like what I would like in a guy. He was tall, but that was pretty much it, right? But I mean, I seen some other qualities and I was like, you know what? He's not that ugly. You know what I mean? I was like, he
And
that
then
ugly.
you gave him a value,
Mm-hmm.
but he didn't give you a value. He didn't give you his own value. He could have told you, I need you to look at me like I'm Dolomite. I'm the biggest pimp out here because I feel like that. I feel like I'm the biggest pimp in the world, and I want you to look at me like I'm such, right? Can a man
He
walk up
wasn't
to
like
you
that.
that you don't even know? Can he walk up to you and tell you, I'm the greatest man you ever met? I need you to treat me as such. You don't even know him,
I'd be like, who are you? What are you talking about? I don't even know who you are.
right? Because you haven't defined his value, right?
I
To
mean,
you, to you, you have to create value in him for you to be interested in him. Is that correct?
I would say so, yeah.
So
Because
the
if I
person that
don't
he wants
see
to
value
attract,
in somebody, I ain't giving them no time at
so the
all.
person he wants to attract has to see the value. Whatever he feels about himself
Hmm.
means nothing to you. Is that correct?
Yes and no. Because if I see a guy and I'm like, oh, you fine, or you're smart, you're this and that, he's like, oh,
Nope.
no, no,
That ain't
no.
what
I'm
I'm
gonna be
talking
like,
about. You still
mm-mm.
giving value. You know him from nothing. He walks into Walmart, you walk into Walmart. He walks up to you and you don't know him. You both grabbed a buggy and you just happen to grab the same buggy. He told you, I'm the greatest man you ever met in your life. Do you feel the same?
I don't know who you are.
But he feels that's his value. He's telling
That's
you who
nice.
he is. He's giving you his value that he feels he's worth.
That's so nice. But I don't
What
know
does
you.
that
You a
what
stranger.
does that mean to you?
You a stranger. I don't know who you are.
So the person that you want to attract gives you your value.
They're gonna value you, or they're gonna put your value to be a certain
Yes or no?
level in their mind, but that's their
Yes or
opinion.
no? Yes or no? The group of people you want to attract determine your value. Yes or no? He wants to attract you, but but he's telling you what his value is, but you don't even know him.
Well,
So
I'll
does
be
he
interested.
have
I'll be like, dang, this dude, he really full of himself. Like, okay, are you really that valuable, or are you just playing?
yes or no? Do
No.
you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand that the group of people
Yes.
you want to attract give you your value? Do you understand that there's a reason why Precious has to date certain type of people, but Biggie Smalls has to can date other type of people? Because the people who are attracted to you give you your value. Biggie just can't, Precious just can't come out and say, treat me like Beyonce. Lizzo just can't come out and say, I'm better than Rihanna. What does that mean to me? Like, no, you ain't.
But that's your
I'm
opinion
not going to,
though. Cause
but
I've been in the Caribbean community in Miami, and I seen dudes that like real thick girls. They call them mumpies. And that's literally what they like.
if that person likes them, they gave them value.
Well, yeah, I think it's obvious, right?
The only question is, do the group of people you want to attract define your value?
Yes. Because if they don't see value in you, they're not going to try to talk to you. They're not going to try to have a conversation with you. They're not going to give you their time. So if they don't see value in you, and then now that doesn't mean it defines your value who you are, but they do have to see a value in you.
You can't date who you want to date, can you? You got to hope they want to date you back, correct?
I mean, if you hoping, then you got something you got to figure out. Cause
Know what I'm saying? Like me, like me, if I gave myself value, then I believe I can walk up to Rihanna and say, you belong to me now because I'm the man that you've been dreaming about. Or does Rihanna have a say so in what my value is to her?
yeah, she does have to be like,
Right.
okay,
So
I see.
the biggest problem is a lot of people overvalue themselves. not understanding that their
Oof.
value belongs to the group of people that you want to attract. Now, you may want to attract the type of men that only like thick women, but you still have to be valuable to those men because I'm sure there's a certain amount of thickness that they're going to accept before you even run out of value with them.
Mm.
All thickness ain't the same thickness. I got three different vocab. I got three different definitions. I got big, well, thick, big, and heavyweight. Because everybody wants to be a BBW, everybody wants to be plus size, and what they do is they trick each other into being one group of people to fight for one another. So now you got the heavyweights that don't want to do the work to become big, and the big don't want to do the work to become thick. They got to understand that there's men who like heavyweights, there's men who like big, and there's men who like thick, but they're not all the same.
Yeah.
And you can't be Lizzo or Precious or whoever else that's on the big or heavyweight side and think you're just supposed to demand the respect of thick.
Hmm. Hmm.
Men are visual. There are going to be some men who like the heavyweight. There's some men who like the big, and there's some men who like just the thick. But what I've seen is there's been a gang of people grouped together and the women got together and become one plus size community, and there's different sizes in the plus size community, but they fight for each other. And when they
I
start
mean, honestly, I would ask the question
one
because I
moment,
told you I used to be
when
thick.
one moment, when they all
Mhm.
fight for each other, that kills the determination to be better for the latter, because that heavyweight may have been on her way to start working on herself to better herself to get down in the big category. And then once she get there, she's got a full head of steam. Let me get down to the thick category. And thick is nice, big is nice too. But when the thick and the big say, "Girl, you're beautiful just the way you are," she stops. I'm good right where I'm at. But the thick, those women don't determine her value. The group of people she want to attract. And now she's upset because she only gets called at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. She can't go unless she's paying for the dates instead of he paying for the dates. And
Mm-mm.
I've seen women go from
Mm.
heavyweight to slim. And they can tell you they will tell you themselves that the world treated them different. Man, I went from a Mercury to a Camaro, a convertible Camaro. How I was treated in the drive-through when I was in that Mercury. They used to tell me to turn my car off so they can hear me because they couldn't even hear me. They
Dang.
treated me dirty the day I bought the Camaro and pulled up to the drive-through. I've never been treated so well in my life. And every drive-through I go through now, they treat me like I'm just one of the most amazing people in the world. But when I was in that Mercury, they treated me like trash. So my value, they gave me a value. They gave me a value based on my car, on what they saw. They thought
Mhm.
I'm the same person. I just was in a different car. Just like that, like the young lady who's heavyweight, when she
Mhm.
goes down to big or thick or slim, when she makes it that far, she's the same person. She's just in a different body. But people would treat her different.
Mhm. Because when you see somebody, and I mean, I'm just thinking back when, childhood, right? You're the most innocent, right? You just look and you see things and you say it how you see them.
Mhm.
And you see somebody who, when I was younger, this is how we viewed it. And I had two brothers. I was raised with two brothers. You're like, oh, that's that thick lady. And I'm like, what? You're like, yeah. Okay, this isn't that. And I remember that the view on ladies that were thicker were ladies that did not take care of themselves. So right off the bat, it's like, I want a guy that's gonna take care of himself. At the end of the day, whether I like skinny guy, a medium set guy, buff guy, if he get too big, I'm gonna be like, yo, you need to go to the gym. Like, what's going on? Like, I like the way you looked, and now you're not taking care of yourself, and you claiming over here that you a big black man. No,
But let a
you
man
need to
tell a
you
but
need to
let
take
a
care of
man tell a
yourself.
woman that. Let
You
a
need to take
man
care of
let a
yourself.
man date a female and that female starts to gain all this weight that's not the person who he was initially attracted to. But now she's gotten comfortable, she's gotten relaxed, and she gains that weight. That man cannot tell her that, or society will eat him alive, and she will act a fool because she still thinks because she's the same person, but she's in a different car. She went from the convertible Camaro to a Mercury. Now he started dating her when she was the Camaro, but then when she became that Mercury or the big body, you know what I'm saying, Chevy, he's like, men are visual. So he's like, babe, like, what's really good.
I mean, I feel
But
like
he
there's a
can't tell
difference.
her the truth. He can't tell her that, hey, I was attracted to you when you were this. I am not attracted to what you are now. He can't say that because goes to the beginning of the conversation. Who can tell a woman the truth? Nobody. He can't tell her the truth.
Yeah,
So what
even
he
if it's
does,
like a
he
dude.
continues to
Yeah.
accept it. And then when
Mhm.
he steps out, she's destroyed. But in all honesty, she destroyed herself before he stepped out.
But I've seen dudes that won't say nothing. They'll be like, oh, they see it, they think about it, they start looking at other
Because
chicks.
we can't tell you the truth. Do you understand that we know that we can't tell the truth, or it will you ain't gonna get none
But
that
why
night. She gonna
not?
stop
Like,
cooking. She gonna have an
y'all seem to be
attitude.
the dudes that are gonna tell you what it is and this and that. Like, a
Yeah, but
female
we
wants a
already
dude
know
that's
we
gonna
can't tell
tell
you.
her the truth.
We can't
And
tell
if
you
she
the
don't
truth.
like what it is, then she's gonna be mad for a little bit, but he's gonna be like, look,
He ain't gonna be
I
mad for a
really
little
do
bit.
love
He
you.
ain't gonna be able
Like,
to stomach it. She either gonna step out. She gonna call her friends. Her friends gonna say, "F him. You deserve better. He shouldn't be talking to you like that." We can't tell the truth, and that's just the honesty. That's just the honest moment for you. A man can't tell the truth. So my goal is what I do is I tell the truth. I try to tell the truth as far as I know it from the average male perspective, because I
mhm,
talk to men all the time. We have this guy talk. We all say the same thing, or even if we don't say the same thing, I bring their truth. It's not all my truth, but it's a lot of men truth that I speak, because somebody got to tell the truth and
mhm,
until the women start to stop fighting me, because I'm doing it out of love. I'm just trying to build relationships. You
mhm,
stop fighting me and take heed to what I'm saying, because the problem is in the village, over 80% of us didn't have a father. That means the majority didn't have a man in their life that told them the truth. So when they finally meet a man that's telling the truth, they don't know how to stomach or handle it because they grew up without it. They never had that bass in their voice as a child, or that leader, or that male to tell them what's really happening. So when
mhm.
they finally hear a man say something, they don't accept it. That's how we feel. We feel it's not accepted, so we just don't even give it. And it comes to a point where, since we can't tell the truth and she can't figure it out, it destroys the relationship.
I mean, maybe in a way, let's say if I was giving advice to my brother would always come and be like, oh, Saji, I need to tell this person this, and that, but I don't really know how to tell him or whatever. I'll be like, okay, if you come over here with a problem, right?
Mhm.
Don't come over here complaining about something if you don't got a solution for it. Because sometimes if you just be like, oh, this, and this, and then you're going to be like, okay, damn, that hurt. But like, do you have a solution? Is there anything else you're gonna say? Even like, let's say your manager comes to you like, oh, this, and this is wrong. You need to fix it. All right. Are you gonna try to help me? Are you gonna give me some advice? Do you have any suggestions? Like, you can't just come and tell me, oh, you got this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, or you've been silent about it this whole time, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, I'm not interested no more. Like, this has changed over time. Like, bruh, how long did it take for me to gain weight, and you never told me nothing?
It ain't that
And you
easy.
didn't even come with no solution. You didn't say,
It ain't that
okay, babe,
easy.
let me watch the kids and go to the gym. Hey, babe, this and that. Like, it's supposed to be a team
It ain't
effort.
that easy.
So,
The moment a man tries to share his truth, she catches an attitude. And men, like I told you earlier, we like peace. So when we know that you're going to catch an attitude, we may try to hint at the truth, and once we throw like a little slight hint, and we see that little attitude, we never get to the full truth because we only like peace. And that's where the disconnect is. We can't tell the truth. Y'all can't accept it. And then we're just destroying relationships. Because nobody has told majority of the modern woman the truth from birth. We're going to stop it right there. Good comment. We'll pick up another time. We done kind of went over. I wanted to just go no more than an hour, but this was amazing, Z. Thank you so much for coming on. And, you know,
absolutely.
G-Rome set us up again, second week in a row.
Boy.
Mary, she's out on the cruise. Momo, she's always omitting the truth. She ain't come through, but I appreciate you coming through because I got to a point where I was like, you can't get it together. You on your way from Bible study, and
I know, right?
And I hadn't drunk so much coffee that I was about to go to sleep.
Dang.
And we got work in the morning.
I know.
So I appreciate you for coming through.
Yes,
on Dublave's Coffee Talk. You are the most amazing person on earth.
Hold on to that hurt,
and
boy, you gotta let that go.
You enjoy your night, okay?
You too. Good night.
Good night.
I can't forget it's my scar life.